So today is Harley in the Sky's release day. Again, to show off my nails, which look better now that I got to take off all the stuff on the sides, because apparently it's really hard to actually paint my nail and not all of my finger. Uh, so let's jump into this, shall we? I'll go ahead and give you all my review on it. It'll pretty much be like my review on my blog. I'm gonna tilt this, but I might talk about some different things. Who knows? I sure as hell don't. Anyway, I really loved this book. I read an e-arc as I am on the street team, as I'm sure I've mentioned about 80 times by now. So we'll just keep chugging along. But this book, I enjoyed it way more than I thought. I mean, I knew I was going to like it because she's an amazing author. Yeah, yeah. But contemporary is probably my least favorite genre, no matter the age target. But then again, it somehow has some of my favorite books, like The Beekeeper of Aleppo, um, The Family Tree, and other ones that I can't even. Miracle Creek is kind of contemporary, but it's really a thrill. Anyway, so Harley in the Sky, one of my favorite 2020 releases. Definitely a top YA release of 2020 for me as well. I just thought this book was amazing. So we have Harley, who is multiracial, multicultural. She has kind of a disconnect. She doesn't feel she is Asian enough. She knows that she looks it, but her last name and then like her own personal connection with the culture is lacking. And I really, really thought that was important. Not to go on too much about myself, but I am half Mexican. Right? You weren't expecting that. And half Italian. I am first generation American on my mother's side. And my father's side, we were in Texas before it was part of the United States. And before it was an independent country. We've been there forever, okay? So I actually have a strong, strong connection to Harley because of this. I have a last name that fits my Mexican identity, but the rest of me doesn't match up. And so I feel a cultural disconnect a lot. I don't ever think I'm Mexican enough for people, or Mexican American enough. Uh, However, my dad listens to a lot of Tejano. I don't know if that gives me more street cred. So, because of that, I felt really strongly about Harley. I loved her. I just absolutely loved her. And my cultural identity issues are diddly squat compared to a lot of people. So I think this is fantastic. There's so many kids in the same position as Harley with this cultural disconnect because we have this diaspora that's just kind of taken us away. A lot of us don't feel like we're Asian enough, Hispanic enough, so many things enough because I don't want to list them all. But Harley is just this representation of that, especially in our youth. And not to mention, Harley has some mental health, I don't know if we want to say issues or differences than maybe what people think are the norm. Her highs and lows are really high and really low, and that causes her to be seen differently and handled differently, such as by her parents. So Harley is not only having cultural identity issues, she's having this mental health awareness because she is very aware that her normal is so different than regular normal. And I just wish that like I could give this book to 16-year-old me. I think a lot of teenagers feel that way regardless of their mental health status in comparison to what people define as normal. I just, again, think this is a super important novel for teenagers to read, especially if they have anything in common or like circuses. You don't even have to have anything in common with Harley. Do you like circuses? Here you go. Take the book. So now that I've kind of covered the reasons why I think Harley's special, we'll move on to other aspects of the book, such as there are so many facets to her family relationships in this. She's got her gran, and she's got her parents, and she's got both sides of her family. And to me, it was most important to see the relationship between her parents. Yes, there's a kind of a long, hard road because of the differences. You know, her parents think differently, have different expectations than Harley does, but they love her and she loves them. And it was so nice to see that because so often the parents are so insane that you're just like, why do you exist? Or they don't exist. You're just like, I guess this 16-year-old is an orphan living in a grand house with a car and never has to deal with their parents. I don't know. It's one of the things that always bothers me in media and books. I just want to see where the heck the parents are. Oh, look, I said heck that time. So anyway, her parents don't always make the right choices, but they do what they think is right for Harley. And I thought that she did a really great job, our author, in showing that, well, parents don't always have to do amazing, spectacular things to show their love. Sometimes, in making those wrong choices, they are still showing that they love you. And we have, in this book, Harley runs away to join the circus, but her parents also run a circus. So it's very, very circus themed. I won't get into it too much because I want you all to experience it for yourself. But when she runs away, her mom starts to send emails, saying, oh, I remember when you did this when you were little. And I remember when you did this. And this shows how much she loves Harley, how much she thinks of her. But it also shows that she's still not understanding her daughter, and that's okay. Because sometimes it takes a while to find any sort of common ground. It's hard. Teenagers and adults. I remember being a teenager, but I'm sure when my daughter reaches 16 that we will have our differences. But I hope she knows I still love her above all. So, great parental relationships, great mental health awareness, amazing cultural identity issues, so much to offer, and the circus! I loved the circus aspect. I just get a thrill about it. You're a little kid again going to watch the animal-free circus. And I really enjoyed that part as well, and watching Harley and all of her insecurities trying to fit in into a world where no one fit into the outside, so they've conglomerated into the circus. Well, I guess I could go on, but I don't know. Okay, random thing. My absolute favorite part of the circus, and I don't know what this says about me, but it's the food bus thing. Like, for me, it was the equivalent of the night bus in The Prisoner of Azkaban. Like, that is how much I loved it. I was like, there is food, and it is a bus. It is a diner bus. It is amazing. And it makes me so hungry. Of course, there is some romance. So Harley meets this violinist, Voss, and they hit it off. Okay, they don't hit it off. But eventually, they hit it off. So I'll tell you that much. But Voss is also a bit different. He's also got a different normal. And I, again, really enjoyed that. He doesn't always know how to talk to people, so he finds it easy to just kind of leave small talk alone where he doesn't do so well, so that he doesn't put them or himself in kind of this awkward position. Of course, though, when you have like complete silence and you're like expecting maybe some conversation, that can be a little awkward. And I loved watching like Harley and Voss just kind of relate to each other and get to this point where they're talking and friends. So lots of great friendships, lots of great mental health awareness, like I said. The romance is not the focus or the point of view, which is probably another reason why I loved it so much. I can be so crabby and black-hearted when it comes to romance, but theirs was perfectly done for what I enjoy. It was slow burn, but still you knew that they were important to each other, and there was a lot of love. So, that is all, because I'm almost hit 10 minutes. Harley in the Sky review. It is out today. 5 out of 5 cups of coffee. This video will be embedded in my blog post. Or if you're watching on YouTube, just go to my website, thecaffeinatedreader.com. Alright? Bye, guys.